Hey y'all, I would have started with a song, but I was listening to Billie Eilish, and I know for a fact YouTube would have snatched that up right quick. They do not play by her. So I'm just here to do a channel message. I'm just here to be a conduit. I had the last couple of days off unexpectedly, but I realized there was a gap between when I was teaching, the vibration I was at, and what I was recognizing becoming a pattern or was becoming a pattern amongst my clients. Like everybody was starting to feel like, and so trying to assist during sessions, it's like I'm up here, like, just do your affirmations. And they're like, but I hate fucking living. And so there's really like no connection between those two. Like y'all aren't even on the same wavelength. So after like 4 or 5 of them sessions, I kind of took the John Coffee L. I was like, I'm tired. I'm tired. Between that and the unbinding stuff I did, I just had to reset. I didn't even know it was happening. Just had to go with the flow of whatever emotions were coming up, respect it, and know that just like every other time before this one, when this wave of whatever passes, I come back better. So today I woke up, I noticed I felt a little different, a little pep in my step. I was like, all right, let's see what I feel like doing. So I went to go do my hair when I was making the decision if I was going to be doing videos today or if I was just going to do like other stuff in the background. And after I did my braids, I was like, hold on, what day is it? And myself was like, Wednesday. So I was like, okay, we're back. We're back. We can talk to other people now. Because sometimes when you don't have anything nice to say, anything positive, just keep it to yourself. Pray on it. Let it filter through you. Process it. And then talk to people when you feel a little bit better. There's no reason to spread to other people. So the good thing to come out of this is I got back into like reading heavily like I was. And I don't know, is it addiction? Is your phone an addiction? I guess so. Like, is it ever not on my hip? And then when I get in a position where I'm like, hold on, I don't have my phone. Where is my phone? Just like when I'm out in public or something. I'm like, oh, but you're not supposed to feel like that. It's become a acceptable chain in society. So the last couple of days I got to sit without it because I was like, I'm not dealing with this new stuff every day. This is psychological warfare. You don't think it's affecting you, but it's one drop in the bucket every day, like Chinese water torture, till eventually you're like, I can't take it anymore because you're not seeing the news, you're not seeing the horror, you're not seeing the planes, you're not seeing everything that makes you feel like, where is God? And that's what they're trying to do right now. This is just an attack on faith for you to say, where is God? And then it's like they want to get y'all not to the point where you completely give up, or where you completely run back to God, but were you willing to go a little bit more to church? But that's a whole nother thing we'll get into when I take the level of energy or like the download down a couple notches. Grounding, if you will. Been working on doing things more muggle like, like blending different things, going back to some stuff I was doing before. So, for instance, I had this wonderful face spray that I was using for a while. It was lavender, but I read the back of it and I realized it had a lot of other chemicals in it. And I was like, this is not just lavender and mint. So, what I like to do personally is I like to take either coconut water or some spring water. And then I'll put rose petals, I'll put mint, I'll put some lemon in there. I've tried different variations over time to make my own face mist. And it's amazing because you can put it on at night before you go to bed, or you can put it on in the morning before you wake up. And not only does it like make your skin all soft and glowing, you end up with a sort of, in the witchy world, a glamour of sort. Because rose is love, it's like self-love. Mint is like brightening. Coconut water is to restore your destiny. Like I didn't even know when I was going through the biggest attack, like when I didn't even know I was getting attacked by several different things, I was using coconut oil every day for like 2 years straight. Then suddenly I didn't have a need for coconut oil anymore. I got stuck on milk and honey, which is still like the era I'm in right now. But it turns out the coconut oil, when I finally looked up to see what it was to protect your destiny. It'll work, or if you had a destiny swamp being attempted on you. Coconut is to preserve your sovereignty. You got to use all the different pieces that you have here like the star in Mario, that mushroom, all that other stuff that protects you from the weird elements going on in there, because we're just in a game, y'all. Strange, right? So I am going to pull from the decks I already had pulled out. I got 15 minutes left. I have some sessions I am doing today, but because the brains told me what day it was, I had to come on here and do a video for you guys too, outside of my regular stuff. I took my website down right now because I've still been working on that, like the main one that I wanted. And I just get really emotional in business. It's my baby, it's my legacy. So don't mind if you need anything from me, you can just inbox me. I'm always here somewhere like a fairy godmother. So I'm going to start with the empowerment deck today. So what is the message that I need to deliver to the collective today? Well, look at that. I don't think I could ever get bored of this job or tired or unhappy with this career, because there are always amazing things popping up. Like your intuition is amazing. No matter what you do, every time you tell somebody something just off top of your dome and then it pops up in a card. So this says enchantment, right? Cultivate beauty and magic. What did I just give you guys the recipe for? Come back. No gaga. Come on. There we go. A glamour. This says, cultivate beauty and magic. See beauty in the ordinary. Notice the magic and miracles in the mundane. If you cannot find beauty, then seek to create it in the world around you. That is what the South Node in Virgo is doing right now. So I explained the North Node in Pisces and what that was going to be doing, because that felt very red alert. But the South Node is a nod to the past and the skills that you already have, particularly in the sign of Virgo. This is the healer. This is the, I would say, like the Taurus energy, it's the one other energy. Well, no, besides Capricorn, that's a whole other thing now. But that is meant for the earth. It's meant for thriving in this terrain. Earth signs have so much power, and earth energy has so much power because, like Virgo, is the physical body. Everything you do in your day-to-day routine to take care of this and keep it in shape, to keep your house running, is your maintenance. It's also what you came to be of service doing here, like your job, how you decided to show up to the world. And I'm thinking like in a work way, like how do you show up every day? What do you have to do every day to keep your house functioning, to keep your life functioning? Virgo is the sign of diligence, practicality, routine, perfected systems, plants and animals, health and nutrition. In a delicate way, like Pilates and yoga fitness. If we're talking about basketball, football type fitness or working out with weights, that's Aries. So this enchantment card was just what I was referring to when I said I had to start grounding, like my energy that was up here with my affirmations and my, I don't want to say perfect, my life's not perfect. It's like I'm really blessed that I'm allowed to just hang out with God all the time, because I could be in a hut somewhere and I'd still be like, my life is perfect, because I'm just hanging out in the energy of God all day. I'm not really going out the house. When I work out, I'm in here. When I do my walk and everything, I'm just in my cocoon right now. I don't allow things. It's a very curated bubble. How about that? Like if I see something negative on my phone, out my feed. My feed is curated. Like I'm not looking at news all the time. So when I come to you and do a session, I'm like, hey guys. So if you're like, I'm about to get laid off, my uncle gonna get deported, and I'm like, have you been doing your affirmations? It seems problematic. So during the time that it seems like my vibration dropped after all that weight got put on it, when I started trying to rise back into it, doing my affirmations and the stuff I usually do, I'm like, oh, this was needed, because the thing that will bridge the gap is, hey, I'm a mom. I have 4 kids. Every day I have to wake up between 5 and 6 in the morning to make sure that my poopsies are on the way. So now I'm like, how can I make these things that I already have to do blend with what I've been doing because that's what everybody else out there is doing every day. Like y'all are struggling with things like your job stuff going on or finances or people getting fired and stuff like that. So I had to expand and ground back into this reality and routine. And crazy enough, that started breaking through the algorithm thing because people are wanting to know how to seek higher ground. This was the second card in here, right? You see, that's somebody meditating. Rise above the noise. Between that and this one, this is taking the regular stuff and making sure I mesh it with this. Because you can be in this reality and not be in a bubble and go out and do stuff and meet people and all that, right? And still maintain joy, right? I could be on the verge of getting evicted. And in that moment, it'd be like, dang, I hate moving all this stuff. But if I'm moving somewhere, it's because I know there's somewhere else I need to be and there's something happening in the background. So I'm going to roll with it because I can't control it anyway. As opposed to how I used to be, like I had to tap like EFT anytime I had to do an eviction because like I had to deal with it a lot throughout my life. But it used to be like a trauma thing. Now, because I have cultivated joy in this time of isolation, it doesn't matter if I am penniless and I ain't got that much food in the refrigerator, or I am overflowing in like the land of milk and honey and everything's going well. I still have my center now. I found my center. I am supposed to be helping other people find their center because there's never going to be a time where you are not, especially nowadays in 2025, under attack or dealing with things outside of yourself. So we will be this year getting more into practical magic and ways that you can incorporate God in a magical, fun way in your everyday routine and what you're just doing. Start with that glamour thing I just said because it does wonders, and you can feel it as you have it on you. I also like to make lip scrubs and night balms. I made one with mint and peppermint one time. It was freaking amazing. But getting more into herbs and vegetables, I'm gonna start using mason jars, but it's not to jar anybody. I'm gonna be pickling vegetables because that's the best way to keep them raw, but to have some flavor in there. So I'm feeling like the Virgo energy, even though she is a Leo. This feels very Martha Stewart. I'm gonna be your metaphysical Martha Stewart. Now I gotta pull up her chart because there has to be something strong that is Virgo in there. Let's see, Martha Stewart. Because Cancer is the home and cooking and all that stuff, but it feels like Martha helps other people organize their stuff. That's the difference between just a Cancer and a Virgo. The Virgo is going to help you apply some stuff in a systematic way. The Cancer is going to be like nurturing and caring and like, oh, let's make this comfy. A Virgo is going to pop up like comfortable, but it doesn't match the rest of the feng shui. Like it's a whole different thing. So her North Node is in Virgo, her Venus, which is her value that she brings to Earth. If you want to understand what you bring to Earth, what you can use to magnetize things towards yourself, and what you can share with other people that ends up being something that gets you money, look at your Venus. Her Venus is in Virgo. It's in her 10th house of career. So her value comes from helping other people make their lives better. That's the Virgo energy, making your Earth experience. What is palpable? Because words be popping in my head, y'all. I told you, more palpable. That's palpitations, y'all. So intense as to seem almost tangible. So pulling it into reality, more palpable. That'll be my word for the week. Last week, the one that popped in my head was conjecture. Myself was like amping myself up, like you have done lots of experiments now, and many things have turned out. But in order for other people to understand, you need to do something that is in the physical that you can share with others that they can see the results. Because for right now, everything is just conjecture. And I was like, girl, what's conjecture? Conjecture is a bunch of facts and details without any supporting evidence. So I was like, yo, I'm about to go somewhere with this. So blending what you already know about this metaphysical stuff with your day-to-day grounding energy, that's going to happen just as you're going out and about amongst other people. You attach to other people's vibration and take on a little bit as you're around them. What just froze me was this last card that was second chances. Because I got like 3 more minutes before I gotta close this. I gotta read second chances. And I'm just gonna read it. This looks like inner child stuff. Your Virgo, oh, excuse me. Your Virgo energy would have been most activated around the time that you were 6 the first time. That's the first time you, oh, I guess that's when you start school, right? That's interesting because the fifth house, and I think that's right, 6 to 7 is when you get into school. So that's when you're learning your routine, learning school, learning to deal with other people because the Virgo house is also your enemies, your coworkers, your classmates in that house. This says, let's try this again. Don't give up. Sometimes we need a do-over. Give yourself or someone else another chance. Ideas may need to be revisited. Guys, I've been doing like channelings and messages and getting these bomb ideas, and I haven't even been using my cards. And I've been telling y'all for a while that I wanted to wean myself off the cards because I feel like in the future, it would behoove me or benefit me where I am going, whatever that may be, for me to be able to do exactly what I do off of pulling these cards without having to have them with me, right? Like just to wean myself off in totality. I just told y'all the whole thing ahead of time. I didn't even realize was about to be the theme of the cards. Make sure you have a spiritual practice in the morning and before you go to bed to help lube the rest of the day. That's today's message. South Northern Virgo. Y'all have a good day.